Frame 56 coming hot at you. Wait, it's 96. I lied. Coming hot at you on a wonderful Thursday afternoon. We got a great co-host Paul here with us. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. You want to get on Gutterball? Let us know. Get on Gutterball because we had awesome guests the last couple weeks. They were awesome to talk to, and you're also awesome to talk to. So get at us. Instagram, DM us. We'll be checking. I'll be waiting for your message. I'll be sitting there, constantly refreshing over and over again all day. That's all I do, Paul, is refreshing the Instagram, waiting for somebody to bite. But anyway, we're gonna do song of the week. But first, we're gonna go into how our weeks have been. Paul, what's new with you? It's Bob. We see we got a new desk there. The butcher block. It's
Yes,
looking fresh.
I built this. This week's been good. First week back at work, working fully remote. It's been decent so far. We can go into that later. As you can tell, still kind of getting settled in. I got games all over the floor back there. I mean, this is a weird camera angle that'll probably change again. But yeah, I built the desk at polyurethane or Sedona Red butcher block. Handmade. Not really, but kind of. I mean, I stained it, sealed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, okay week. I've been really busy. Like, ever since I started back to work and I've been in the house, it's like I just feel like I have so much to do, not only at work and in the house, but I just have stuff to get done that I want to get done, So I'm kind of looking forward to this weekend, even though I am busy doing other things, things that I don't necessarily want to be doing. Trying to get some of those
things. What don't you want to be doing? What are you forced to be doing?
I don't know, just people want to come over and see the house, which is fine. People want to hang out, which is fine. And I want to hang out with those people because, I've been gone for a while and I don't really want to pass up the opportunity, to hang out with people.
Having friends is the worst. I hate it. It's just so annoying. I just literally can't stand it. It's terrible.
But yeah, that's about it. How's your week been, man?
It's been survivable is all I can say. Just cranking out the days, doing what I do best. Yeah, pretty much same old, same old. Just hustling, getting things done. You can see behind me, don't look at the hole in the wall. That's right. Don't look at that because we'll just go over here a little bit. But yeah, posters are coming down. I'm in the process of moving out here pretty soon, the next couple months. So I'll be in a new studio. I'm gonna call it a new studio. That's what it's gonna be. We're moving to a new studio. Instead of this background, to be some new stuff. So I'm taking down, kind of figure out where I am, try to figure out getting rid. Paul, you just moved, so you just see something and you're like, I could sell this and make like a couple bucks, or I could just throw it in the garbage and be done with it right now. And that's what my mindset is. A lot of it, I'm just like, this is going in the garbage. I don't care at all. I've no shame in throwing out shit.
I feel bad throwing
hard.
out stuff. We donated a lot of stuff to Goodwill, like as much as we could, as far as like furniture, clothing, extra kitchen utensils that are basically new that were never used, just stuff like that, whatever we could downsize. But yeah, man, moving is not fun, and getting rid of stuff isn't fun, even though that some of that stuff is still just gonna sit in a box in a new closet when you move. It's just stuff you can't really let go.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real. There's like 2 bins full of shit that could easily get burned, and I would be very upset. But it's worth nothing. It's garbage, literally next to garbage. But I'm like, I want it, and I'm keeping it. Mostly old school stuff and books, like a lot of books that I'm like, I know I'm never gonna read this book again, but I'm not gonna burn a book. I mean, I'm not gonna go that far. Depends on what book, though. I'd burn some books.
Good God.
Yeah, you can get rid of some books, but yeah, no, just doing that, selling a bunch of stuff. I'll talk about that a little later on as my nails dry. Jackson's Grailed is back online. I have some, wonder what this pile of shit is. Some little teasers. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, I did post shit to my Grailed. None of y'all bit on it, you know what I mean? But I'm dropping prices. I want to, all this stuff I'm putting on, I want to make back at least what I paid for it. And mind you, I probably could make like, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks more, but it'd sit on there longer. I just want to get rid of it. If I can make the money back, sold, and someone else will, because most of the shit I bought at retail, so it's like, I don't really care. Just get rid of it at this point. But yeah, that's where I've been at, just kind of hustling, making it through the day. But enough about me. We got song of the week to do. Paul, you got a song of the week. What have you been vibing to? What have you been listening to? Anything
Prof, new? Feed the Dogs.
Prof's new song. How's that?
I like it. I like the beat. You're the one that told me about it. I didn't know he had that new song. I'd say that's just like the song I've been listening to the most lately, which is why it's my song of the week. The beat's really funky and the chorus is really funky, and that's what makes me kind of like it. That kind of high pitched and
It's almost like
tones.
a retro, like a Zelda game beat or something. I don't know what it is about it. Just kind of gives you that vibe.
Yeah.
To be honest, I listened to it like 20 times in one day, and then I'm like, I'm over this song. I never listened to it again.
Well,
Like
that's what
literally,
happens
that's my
when you do
process.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's go. I was like, I can't listen to this anymore. The beginning where he goes bonk, but whatever. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
over it. I have to not listen to this ever again, so I won't. I refuse to. But he's coming to the Amazon on Duluth tomorrow with Gucci Mane, which is pretty fucking cool. Wish
I
I had
really wanted to go to
w-
that.
I wish I saw it before tickets because I don't want to stand, and I know you're cool with seated, but I needed to like get in to be on the floor. I wish I got it before the tickets were like $200. If they were like 100, I'd be like, dude, over. It's 15 minutes away from me, like sold, dude.
Yeah.
Uh, I'd honestly just stay for half a Gucci Mane and leave because I don't want to listen to Gucci Mane. But
Yeah, I don't really like Gucci Mane either. Like,
yeah,
why not
mhm.
Prof just headline it? Get rid of Gucci Mane. I don't really
Yeah,
like his
right,
songs, to be
exactly.
honest with you.
No, it's shit rap, and I won't listen to it. But yeah, no, that's good. Prof holds up. Paul, you've seen him live. You said that was a cool show, so that's
Dude,
good.
yeah, he's a really good performer live. Like, super good. He
You know
does
how I
all
can
of his
tell?
songs, like all the songs where he's
Sings
got
them
really
all.
far range. Yeah, he does them all. It's really, really awesome.
Yeah, I knew he was good when he did the like acoustic kind of version of Tombstones, where it's just him in front of the microphone, and you can tell that there's nothing else to it. He's just singing. He does like the color studio stuff where they bring in rappers and they make them just sing, and like that's how you can tell if they're a good rapper if they're in the color studio. Um, but yeah, no, that guy holds up, and I'm not being an asshole looking away from you. I'm just doing the top coat to my nails. Look, I
No,
painted them
you're
like this
good.
last time, and someone said I look like a good and plenty, like the pink and yellow or
those
pink and
are
white. And I'm
those
like,
are
fuck
like
you.
the arguably the worst candy ever
Yeah,
made.
dude, I swear to God, our mom would buy him like a kid, knowing we didn't like him, so she could just have some candy to herself. I always thought about that. I'm like, she just doesn't want us eating her candy, so she delves down to the depths of darkness and eats those disgusting good and it's just black licorice covered in garbage. Yeah, those are the most disgusting candy I've ever
They're
seen in my
not
life.
good.
And I won't have anyone tell me they're not good at all. Ugh, just even thinking about them. Black licorice, even any type of licorice, is F tier candy. It's like I don't know. It's a Great Depression candy to me, honestly.
Great
You know what I mean?
Depression. This is all we had was good and plenty. That's all they had. They're,
Yeah,
they're
all I
getting
had is
they're
good and
getting
plenty.
one. They're handing them out in
They're
like
getting rations.
rations.
Yeah, they're passing them
It's
out.
just
Yeah,
one
in a
little good and plenty.
one of those little paper cups from McDonald's. You put ketchup in. It's just got one good and plenty in it, and
Yeah.
that's it for the fucking week. Don't come back. What a rough time.
There's like maybe
But
50, like at max 50 calories in that one thing, you know?
yeah, if that 50 calories.
Yeah.
Oh, good and plenty. It's like 56% sugar. That's all it is, just sugar.
Yeah.
You need to be so ill. It's like the potato famine where dude, imagine how brutal that was. During the potato famine, like people would die because all they ate was potatoes and you can't get your nutritional value from that. But it takes like a year to die off eating straight potatoes because bodies are pretty resilient when you put them in that. Imagine like how awful that was eating potato, the same type of potato every day, and then you die from it, and then it ends up killing you because you feel awful.
That's
How long do you think?
horrible.
Oh man, I think I could eat potatoes for a while. Like I what form of potato, Paul, do you think you could eat the longest? You get one
What
form of
form?
potato. Yeah, because you got the French fry, you got the mashed potatoes with gravy. You got
Well, can
like
you have the
breakfast
gravy? It's
potatoes.
got to be the potato on its
Oh
by
right,
itself.
yeah. You get the
So,
breakfast potatoes,
what could
a
I eat?
baked potato,
I mean, if
probably a
you
French fry.
for me it's probably mashed potatoes or it's hash browns, one of
Mm.
those two.
Yeah, hash browns. Yeah, oh shit, hash browns. Fuck hash. I changed my mind. Hash browns is probably what I would get sick
Even
of.
here's the deal with hash browns. Even though like we're excluding everything, pepper, salt, whatever seasonings you may put on your hash browns are still good in their own if they're crispy.
Mhm.
So like
Yeah, true.
you
Same with
could like
fries. You could
uh,
live off those. How long till your
it's
body
literally
gets
a
out?
hash brown. Fries are just a hash brown, just kind of different.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think hash browns are a little more crispy. How long do you think you last on that? A couple years, right? Like just that? I could probably do like 2 years until my
I'd be
body's done
so
for.
malnourished.
You'd be very bad. You look like the fucking Christian Bale in that one movie, whatever that one is.
Machinist. Yeah.
Machinist, yeah, the machinist. He's all fucked up. I wonder if he ate just potatoes for that. Anyway, back to song of the week. I got a song of the week. I got a album of the week. So, whenever I feel down and a little sad about life, I remember to myself that hey, you live in the time with the greatest band. Rush. Like, how could you be sad? You lived in the perfect opportunity right where Rush needs to be. Imagine I was born like 50 years later, dude. No Rush. That would have sucked. 100 years earlier, no Rush. I would have killed myself way sooner, but I got Rush. So I've been listening to Rush pretty much all day, every day lately. I've taken a huge break from my death metal. Like I was pretty much on just straight death metal for like the last like 4 months, I'd say. And then I'm just like cut it off completely where I'm like, I'm only going to listen to Rush from now on for the future the remaining day. And it's like you can never run out of Rush music to listen to. The bootleg concerts, there's 19 studio albums to listen to. There's like 10 live albums to listen to. Reviews. They do different versions of the songs, different lyrics. Oh, I found a really cool bootleg. I can't remember what it's called. Paul, Rush bootlegs are a huge thing. Back in the day, people used to trade them on CDs and stuff, but now they're all online. It's a really big community of Rush bootlegs. People will take soundboards from the live show, but there's a version of Red Barchetta where Getty forgets the lyrics in the middle of it, and you can hear him audibly go, fuck. He's like singing the song. He's like, we're driving down. He's like, oh, fuck. I forget. He's like, it's here. And it's so funny because it's just Canadian. You're like, what the fuck? It's just Getty Lee's all pissed off because he forgot the lyrics. And then
Yeah.
he goes, in a post interview, he's like, nah, I didn't say fuck. I said shit. But you can obviously say he was like, fuck in the middle of the
Yeah.
song. But that is my song of the week is The Red Barchetta by Rush from Moving Pictures 1981. This song's really good, Paul. I'm sure you've heard the Red Barchetta. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, well, Paul's gonna go listen to the Red Barchetta. We'll put him on mute while he listens to that, and then he goes, "I about an 8-minute song, so I'll take over from here." But anyway, that's a great song. It's one of the first songs where I listened to the lyrics or like looked them up because I was listening to the song, and Getty's vocals are very high pitched, very girlish. Honestly, I thought it was a girl for a long time. I'm gonna be real. And you can't really make out what he's saying. I mean, some words, unless you go and listen to it, and that's fine. That's not like he's a bad singer. It's just the way he sings, Even if you listen to Paul, you're gonna be like, kind of, what is he saying? Because he's got this high pitched, drawn out voice. But that was the first song where I like took look into the lyrics. Basically, the song's about this kid. It's about a distant future where driving your own car has been banned. You're not allowed to drive gas emission cars. It's just completely gone. Like you can't do it
Yeah.
anymore. And it's about this kid who visits his uncle who had an old racetrack and kept this one Red Barchetta. The song's called Red Barchetta, but the way you pronounce Barchetta is Barchetta, so it's pronounced wrong. But it's the Red Barchetta. And it's about this kid running from the police in this gas car, and then these police in these hovercrafts are like chasing him down and trying to kill him and shit. And he's like driving away. It's a really cool song for 1981. It's like a dystopian future song,
Yeah.
and it's got this huge narrative, and it's just like blows me away. The time signature changes, the guitar solos, the bass, everything about it's perfect. It's about an 8-minute song.
Yeah.
Love it. Red Barchetta.
Man,
Check
I
that out
really
by
dropped the ball on Song of the Week. You always go in depth about the meaning of the song and the lyrics. I'm just like, yeah, I
Yeah.
like this one. It sounds pretty good. I listened to it a few times
No,
this week.
yeah.
That's how it always goes.
I don't know, man. Just the music to me is just so much more than just I don't know, more than just music. It's like life to me. It's like dude, I listen to so much music. It's insane. But yeah, the only reason I know that is because I listened to Rush for so long. Like, and I just I just love that. I love going into deeper meanings and shit. It's what a lot of people misconception about death metal is like every time I say I like metal or death metal, they're like, yeah, it's okay, but I can never understand what he's saying. Like, I'll give you a secret. If you ask anybody who listens to death metal if they know what they're saying, and they say they do, they're lying sacks of shit because nobody does
No.
unless you listen to it and read the lyrics. You know how many Cannibal Corpse songs I know the lyrics to? It's because I listened to the song with the lyrics hundreds of times, and that's how I learned it. If you threw on a random Cannibal Corpse song I haven't heard, I'm gonna be like, I don't know what he's saying, but I know it's something brutal and awesome, so I'm still gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
I just love reading the lyrics. Very important about
Yeah.
that. Listen to and I love that Spotify added them on. That's like the best thing ever that they did.
Yeah.
YouTube needs to get on that. It's a big problem with YouTube music, but
What, they don't have any
yeah.
Rush?
No, they got Rush. They don't have lyrics. That's the issue.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
to read the lyrics with it. Spotify like will follow along with it. What do you mean they don't have they got all the Rush. They got more Rush. See, here's the thing about Rush though. That fuck every time they fuck you. They remaster their albums and it ends up sounding like shit. Some of the remasters are better, but it's like I want to listen to Vapor Trails and it sound a little more grungy and heavier than the remaster because Rush remasters are very they're hugely different than the original. Same with the Megadeth remasters. And all the remastered versions are on Spotify, not the original. So I honestly only listen to Rush on YouTube. There's 1993 counterparts. Alex, for half the album, uses his guitar on a broken amp. So it sounds really distorted if you listen to the original, but you listen to the remaster, it sounds right. But he wanted to use the broken amp to make it sound shittier, but
Yeah.
it works. if you go listen to both, you're gonna be like, why is the guitar like humming and kind of like it sounds like it's like crackling. It's like because he
Yeah.
was literally using a broken amp, and that's one of the reasons why their manager quit. Because Alex did it to spite him, and he's like, I can't work with you guys anymore. And he split because he's like, fuck you, I'm using a broken amp. You're not gonna tell me what I'm gonna play
Yeah.
with. I just love that. But yeah,
Before
enough
we
about music.
before we
Yeah.
get off music, one thing is you
Okay.
should listen to the new song Baby Blue Riff Raff made. Not Blue Jay. Blue Jay is good, but it's similar to Blue
How recent?
Jay. Like, I don't
Like
know.
a week ago?
The music video
I listened
came
to his
out.
most recent one.
Whatever
Okay.
Baby Blue is. It's very
Baby Blue.
repetitive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of the
Um,
songs like it works.
yeah, yeah. But I don't know. Riff Raff just seems to be carving out bangers no matter the genre as of the last couple of years.
He's really like come full circle almost to me because it seemed like he had a huge boom when he first came out, back in like 2000, 2010 era.
Yeah.
He dropped off really hard, it feels like to me, but now he's making a resurgence where it seems like more kids my age know about him. People are even like just talking to people, they'll be like, you listen to Riff Raff? I'm like, yeah, when I was like 10 with Snow White and the 7 grams. Sam showed me that, like the
Yeah.
first rap. I'm like, this is awesome, bro.
I feel
He's kind of
like
had a
people
resurgence, seems
I
like.
feel like people didn't really like what was it, Marshmallow Maserati, whatever mixtape or album that was that he did like
Mhm.
2016 around 2016 or something. Whatever that one
Yeah.
was. A lot of people I feel like didn't like that album, maybe. I don't know. I didn't listen to it that
Mhm.
much, but anyways, off the music topic, can I switch it to a different topic here?
You switch it to wherever you want.
Let's just get done
I'll
with
say.
let's just get through MMA, UFC, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because first
Okay.
off, shout out to my buddy John Guitar, who fights out of Inner Strengths Mixed Martial Arts in Superior, Wisconsin. He won his first fight this last weekend via first round TKO. I saw the
Mhm.
video. It was 53
Nice.
seconds in. This guy, I was like, when I saw the video, had the whole walkout and everything. And you know John, I grew up with John. John's a shorter guy. He's like my height. And
Mhm.
the guy he was fighting looked like double his size, dude. And it immediately they touch gloves and the guy tries to exchange in the pocket with him, like right off the bat. And John just double legs him and then gets full control and then just ground and pounds him until the ref stops it. It was pretty cool to see. So
Nice.
shout out,
Good for
John.
him.
Great job. Awesome on your
Mhm.
first, I think it was a amateur MMA match. Um, his first one. So
Yeah, I
that
saw
was
your
cool.
text. I was just like, I'll figure you'd tell me on the cast. Yeah, no, I remember John from the point of view of a 6-year-old. I haven't seen him since then, so I still picture him as 13 feet tall. That's how
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
it. But yeah, no, good for him. That's awesome, bro. How fast was the finish then? Like
It
within like
was
what are they 5-minute rounds?
it was due to well, I don't even know what the rounds were because it only went to
Probably like 5
53
minutes.
seconds of the first, but it
Oh,
was
like that's quick. I was wondering how long
yeah,
did it take him
literally
out.
within
That's
a
fast.
minute. 53 seconds.
That's
The dude,
fast.
it looked like so the dude looked way taller and way just bigger than him in weight. I don't know what weight he was
Mhm.
fighting at. My assumption is around 140, 150, but
Okay.
that dude must have cut a lot of weight or something. But then, yeah, all it took was like the guy to go exchange in the pocket, and John was just immediately like clenched, double legged him. It looked like took him down, and
Nice.
then once he got him down, he was posturing up and trying to strike. Dude was trying to get out of it. John postured up again, and it was after unanswered strikes. Like it was like 25 unanswered strikes. He was just ground and pounding the
Yeah.
dude. The ref called it. So
Nice. Well, good for him. Shout
yeah,
out. We got to get him on the cast sometime.
yeah, I'd love to have John
Pretty cool.
on.
Mhm.
Okay, next thing. There's three little facets here. So shout out John Guitar, awesome man. Really proud of you for winning your first match. Second thing, UFC 300.
Mhm.
I remember at the end of the show last week where I really quickly was like, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen on the main card. I had to go back and listen because I didn't write anything down. I got like 2 of the 3 right. And some of them
Okay.
I didn't say like via how the person would win. I just said like this person will win. So I had Jamal Hill in the main event for the light heavyweight title, beating Alex Pereira via submission. Boy, was I wrong. Alex
Mhm.
knocked him out in the first round and kept his belt.
Nice. Nice.
I was right about the co-main, the strawweight title fight. Zhang Wei Li won. I didn't say how, but she won via decision. However, it should have been
Okay.
finished. I don't know if you watched that fight, Jack. Zhang Wei Li had Yan in a choke at the end of
Mhm.
round 1, and when she let go at the buzzer, dude, she was clearly out. Like she was
Yeah,
like
I saw that
waking
clip.
back up. Yeah, and it's like okay,
Mhm.
so she kind of like finished her, and then she just won via decision.
Mhm.
it was fine. She was conscious. She didn't know where she was immediately, but
Mm.
Gaethje I thought he was gonna beat the brakes off Holloway. Holloway beat the brakes off Gaethje, and then I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw that ridiculous. Max sometimes does this at the end of his fights, but if he makes it to the last 10 seconds, his last 10 seconds of the 5th round, stand and bang, come here right now. And they go to the center and they
Yeah.
both just start trading. And then Max just caught Gaethje. Literally, Gaethje falls like a plank, hits the canvas last second, ruled as a knockout. That was
Nice.
pretty crazy to see. Like just watching
Yeah.
that, I was like, oh my God, they're trading in the
Mhm.
pocket. This is it. Because Holloway had balls doing that, man. He was winning that. He clearly knew he was winning that fight, like piecing apart Gaethje.
Mhm.
And then for him to give Gaethje the option, like, you have a chance right now, you have 10
Yeah.
seconds to clip me, and then he clips him, was pretty badass to watch. So now
Mhm.
Holloway has the BMF belt, the baddest motherfucker.
Oh, right, yeah, that title.
It,
So, if he didn't get knocked out in the last 10 seconds, who would have took the fight? If they just
Holloway.
traded Holloway? Holloway
Holloway
still
still
would
would have
have. Okay.
won. Um,
Mhm.
there were a couple things. So not only was Holloway eating away, I believe, at Gaethje with leg kicks, or maybe it was vice versa. Justin Gaethje got eye poked in the same round in each eye, like pretty bad, but he kept going because he's a badass. Not saying that like it clearly affected him because it was really early in the
Mhm.
fight and 2 eye pokes happened, but also at the end of, I think, round 1 or 2, the last 2 seconds, Holloway did like a spinning back kick and broke Justin's nose. So his nose was
Damn.
busted since like the beginning of the fight too.
Mhm.
So not only did he have a busted nose and basically 2 eyes that were poked, and then he just
Mhm.
got caught with a bomb in the pocket in the last second, literally
Yeah.
went out. And God, I
Yeah, I
felt so
watched
bad
that.
because you see all the fighters' reactions from the crowd, that like fighters that were there, and then behind them is clear Justin Gaethje's parents always go to his fight, and his dad's like, fuck! Like, his dad was so pissed. Like, clearly,
Yeah.
obviously, your son just got fucking knocked out. But
Mhm.
um
Probably gave him the belt for that one. You think Justin Gaethje's dad gives the belt?
yeah,
Just
Justin Gaethje's dad gave him the belt for losing. How
Yeah,
dare you
you
fucking
think about
disgrace my
that?
family? Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Um Charles Oliveira, man. Him versus Arman Sarukian was a super good fight. I really wanted Charles to win, but Sarukian won via decision. Charles had Arman in 2 really bad submissions, though, and Arman somehow made it through, which is pretty impressive.
Okay.
So you have to give it to Arman. He did beat Oliveira by decision. Some people are saying that Oliveira won. I'm like, I like Oliveira, man, but I don't think he won that fight. It was
Mhm.
Arman, I think, just barely edged him out just because of control time and takedowns.
Yeah.
And then Bo Nickel. We all knew Bo Nickel was going to win. He won via submission. I didn't say how, but he beat Cody Brundage in, I think, the second round via submission. And I could go through
Bo
all the
Nichols.
other fights because every single fight was a banger, but I didn't do predictions for the other ones. But a few notable ones was Bobby Green beat the piss out of Jim Miller for 3 rounds. Like, just pieced
Mhm.
him up. Like, hurt Jim bad, too, towards the end. Jim
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw Jim's face after, but it was bad.
it didn't. It was
It looked
bad.
like a steak.
Mhm.
Bobby just pieced him up from
Looked like a
range.
steak.
And then apparently Jim said he busted his hand in the first round, which that sucks,
Oh.
man. You train all this time for a fight, you get in there, you break your hand in the first round, and now you're just trying to survive. Like you're trying to
Mhm.
pull out a win. And it's been done. People have broken hands, feet, whatever, and still won. Like, whether it's KO, submission, or decision.
Your hands are so fucking fragile. You don't even
They
realize
are.
it, but they're so fragile.
Diego Lopez KO'd Sadiq Youssef was super cool. Yuri Prohaska KO'd Alexander Rakic. Actually, that was a pretty funny KO. He had him really wobbled on the feet, and then he was so wobbled, Yuri just like didn't even take him down. He just like grabbed him and threw him to the ground and jumped on top of him and just started beating his head in. So that was sick. All in all, UFC 300, it was a great event. It lived up to the hype. It was totally stacked, top to bottom, even the prelims. I really liked it. Now we're on to the third and final UFC topic, or MMA topic, I should say. McGregor's coming back. It is official. It was announced at the 300 press conference, June 29th at UFC 303. Yeah, 303. Conor McGregor will be fighting Michael Chandler at welterweight, 170 pounds, so not at lightweight.
Mhm.
What do you think about that?
He's going down. I don't know a lot about him, but he
I
has a
think
sliver
I
chance.
think Mike, it's an interesting fight. I'm gonna say this
Mhm.
though. I don't know, man. I think Michael Chandler might beat the shit out of Justin
I
Gaethje at
really think
170
he is,
pounds.
bro.
Michael Chandler's built like a gorilla, dude. Like he's
Dude,
short and
Conor
stocky.
McGregor's been doing coke and fucking bitches on yachts for the last like 5 years, and
Yeah,
yeah, I feel like he hasn't been putting the work in. I don't know, because I mean, obviously everyone knows he was doing the
yeah,
tea and the drugs, and now he's
yeah.
off of that. He's not gonna have it. He's gonna have so much estrogen in him. He might as well be a fucking woman at this point. He's gonna have no tea left. He's gonna go in there and get fucked up. Hopefully, you know how fucking hilarious it'd be if he got the same leg injury. They bend the metal bar. It's like out
Oh
of him.
God.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
You
That'd
know
be
what I
funny as
think?
shit.
It could go a couple ways. You know, it's either going to be extremely dominant by Chandler, or it's going to be similar to Chandler versus Oliveira, where I can see, you know, Oliveira has that lanky build for lightweight when he fought Chandler, super lanky. McGregor's lanky, but not as lanky. But at 170 pounds, I could see McGregor putting Chandler's lights out. But I could also see Chandler. I mean, Chandler's the one that front kicked Tony in the face and knocked him out with the front kick.
Mhm.
So it's like they both clearly have power, or at least McGregor used to. We'll see. That's really interesting. Not one I'd never bet on that. That's a fight I'd never bet on.
It's just, yeah, you just don't know. Could go either way. Really could. But
So
not in Connor's favor. It could go any way, but in Connor's favor. So
watch him do like what he did to Jose Aldo, where in like 15 seconds he like 1-2s him, you know, and just
could
puts
be.
him down. That's it.
Yeah, that could be. That'd
know,
be pretty awesome.
You know what? That's like what McGregor was known, like his not his big claim
Mhm.
to fame, but that was one of them. Is he went to challenge for the featherweight title and knocked out Jose Aldo in like 15 seconds and took the belt.
Yeah. And then didn't he said something about it. That's where I found out about him, where he's like, you came here looking for a long fight or something, like long fight, and I put him down, some shit like that, where I was like, that's pretty bad. Because everyone was like, you know, people get, for some reason, people go to like a sport, like I guess a fighting event, and then a person gets knocked out in 10 seconds, like the main event, and they get mad because it's over that quickly. It's like, that's the nature of it. You know what I mean? Go to a football game, you want to know it's going
Yeah.
to last for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, I understand that point, but I understand what you're saying, but I also understand from their perspective. They paid for those seats. You kind of want some entertainment. And dude, I don't have that kind of money to be buying UFC good seats at a UFC fight, but I will say this. Sometimes when I buy pay-per-view and I get all fights that end immediately or super boring fights, I'm just like, God damn, I feel like I wasted money. You know, it's like, but you never know what you're gonna get. I guess it's kind of the surprise.
No. I guess that is, yeah. I guess it's true. You could get hosed on it, and maybe like, I don't know. Maybe if you get hosed so bad, Dana's like, all right, maybe we'll do something here. But he never will.
He won't.
He won't do that.
Ticket
Either way,
sales are final, like for any other event. It's like how
that's
sometimes
true.
you go to see a concert, you know how people can just not play and they still get the ticket sales.
Yeah.
So it's
Chief
kind of
Keef.
like that shit.
Yeah. That's like the whole Chief Keef situation, if you remember that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, with Suicide Boys. But yeah, no, that's UFC 300. I didn't watch much of it. I accidentally, because I don't know Paul, your ESPN works. Like I was on the big TV when it had it logged in, and I clicked on it, and I'm like, oh shit, I might have actually just booted him off because I didn't know how many people.
No,
were watching at
any people
Oh,
can.
fuck, I
Why
was
didn't
trying
you
to-
come
I
over?
was, I had Gene over instead, and we hung out. That's why I didn't
okay.
come over.
It
So I hung
was
out with my house,
me,
but-
Tony, Haller, and Elijah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, that sounds pretty fun. Yeah, no, I was, yeah, no, we had plans before already. And fuck, man, I'm upset. Let's swap topics here a little bit. I'll do my Jackson's Grailed, but yeah, I missed emo night at the club, which upsets me so much because they announced it like a week before emo night happens, and they did it the second time around. The first time I was around, I won best dress and got a little hat and a little shot, and I was cool. I was sick. And then I'm like, I'm going back there. I got my crust pants. I had the whole fit already. And then I find out at like 11 p.m. that night, emo night is happening that night, and I'm like, shit. I was literally heartbroken. But anyway, off top of that, Jackson's Grailed is back. You guys like. Get ready for the summer, you suicide boyers and you chief keepers and your terror readers and your proffers, because you need to be dripping for the summer. And little do I know, Jackson's got some things for you. You're gonna find some retail prices here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna fuck you on this. Check out this nice FTP hat, Paul. What do you think? What would you pay for this? What'd you pay for this nice? It's embroidered. It's fuck the population. This is a nice hat right here.
That hat wouldn't fit my head
put on-
correctly.
But just put out a number. Well, I know any hat wouldn't fit your head correctly. Look at that head, ladies and gentlemen.
Only
This will
certain
fit your
hats
head.
fit my head correctly.
If you're not an alien, one of those grays, it'll fit you perfectly. How much you pay for this? 30 bucks, 35 bucks?
I'd pay 25, 30 for it.
Retail is 25, ladies and gentlemen. You can get this for $35 plus shipping, so about $40. Maybe I'll throw in shipping. 35 bucks. That's a good deal. I give you a good deal. You guys want this cool ass Christ crucified bucket hat? Look at that. Look at that shit. That's sick. For this, I give you a good price. 35 bucks. I give you a good price. We got all types of shit. Here's some rarer stuff.
A lot of
FTP
hats.
face masks. See, this I've literally seen. Well, yeah, a lot of hats. I'm gonna go through this quick. This I've seen, this exact face mask, brand new. I've seen for sale for like 80 bucks. I paid like 25 retail. For you, I give good price 50 bucks. You're not gonna find that anywhere. You're literally not gonna find that everywhere. I got two of them. I got this one. I got that one. Check this out. This one's cool, Paul. You're gonna like this. So FTP did a collab with Stizzy. They sold out really, really quick. You know what Stizzy are? Those like little weed vape things. You know what I mean? If you've ever heard of those. You ever heard of City? Anyway. They're a really big weed vape brand, and FTP did a collab with them. They sold out in seconds. I have the sealed FTP Stizzy here with the matching sealed shirt. You can't get much better than this, folks. For this, I give you a good price, 100 bucks. Give you a good price, 100 bucks. That's below fucking retail right there. Maybe, I don't remember. But that's good. I give you a good price. Some FTP sweats, a lot of FTP out here. These are really good. These I give you a good price. I give you a good price. I give you 50 bucks on those. That's cheap. It's cheaper than retail.
All right. Enough with the Grailed.
You can't even complain. Look, brand new FTP slides, never worn. I give you a good price. I'm just
stop saying I give you a good price.
Jackson's Grailed. Go ahead and peep that in the description there. I got some cool ass things for sale. They will be up there. I'm gonna start throwing up some hopefully this weekend because I'm off all weekend and that's my time. By the way, there's like 40 more things behind me.
Can you show me the FTP face mask with the hat, the red one and the black one again?
Yeah. I also have the 2016 version, which is a little bit pricier because that one's really rare. These ones I took off so it's like the one Suicide Boys Ruby would wear.
Okay.
This one says no face, no case on the side. The black one's the same one, but I have the 2016 one. It's somewhere over there, but that one's way rare. Like that one, I might sell for that. It's black. I've seen it sell. I don't even know. I think I've seen it sell for about $100, which is pretty good. I've seen them posted for like 120. No one's gonna get 120. So I'm just gonna post it for $80 and know that I just made triple what I paid for it.
Yeah,
people will buy that because everyone else is selling it for fucking 100. I'll give you $70 on that. It's double for what I paid for it. So yeah, just getting rid of shit. A lot of some Suicide Boys shit down there. Some 444. That's all I got to say. Peep the description.
You should post all of it a little higher, like what other people are posting it for, and then if it doesn't sell, then just a week later, then drop the price. You might as well try to see if you can get.
Oh, I'm lying to them. I'm a bald-faced liar. Of course, I'm not selling these for the prices that I'm telling you. I just want more money.
Click on the link.
I gotta drag them in, Paul. I'm a compulsive fucking liar. Everything I say on this show isn't true. You can't believe a single word that comes out of my mouth. That's it. Yeah, right. This guy's a fucking liar. I'm lying all the time. But yeah, what can I say? I'm a salesman. I'll give you a good price. But yeah, Paul, any new TV shows you watch that? You peeped that Fallout show? What do you think about Fallout?
I am 6 of 8 episodes through.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I think I said on the show that maybe I haven't talked about it yet on the show. Have I talked about Fallout on the show a little bit?
We mentioned it, but I haven't watched it, so don't spoil it too much. But
I will say this. At first, I was like 2 episodes in. I took like a few days break and then got back and watched another 4 episodes the last couple days. I wasn't that impressed at the beginning with how they were building the universe, okay? Because it drops you in as if you've already played the Fallout games. It's like you're supposed to know what this is. You're supposed to know what that is. It was almost like fan service, right? But the more I had watched it and the more episodes I've watched, it is starting to build it out just slower than I expected. And I think anybody can truly watch the show, even if they haven't played Fallout. That's like for sure. Like you could still enjoy it. I just don't know. I don't know how I'd say it's like a 8 out of 10 so far. There's a few things I don't like. There's a few things I really like. I cannot stand the Maximus's character. So really, this show is following 3 different people. Okay, so far. It's following Lucy, the Vault Dweller, the Ghoul, Walton Goggins' character, a.k.a. he was like the Vault boy. I don't know. They're building his backstory, but he had something to do with Vault Tech. And he was like an actor but he ends up, becoming a ghoul. And then Maximus, who is in the Brotherhood of Steel. I cannot stand Maximus. He is like the worst character I've ever seen in a show. He's so unlikable. He does terrible things. He does a few cool things. What he says is dumb. Like, he's just like, really hope they kind of like rewrite him in a way. Like,
and he just happens to be the black character, okay? They just wrote the black character
bad.
bad.
That has nothing to do with it. It's just like, he's really truly like I don't know, man. The way they wrote his character, to me, it's not very good. Lucy's is okay. I think the best character so far is Walton Goggins' is Ghoul, but that's just because I like Walton Goggins, so I'm probably biased. Yeah, it's good. I would say it's worth a watch. I'm not done with it. I'll tell you a spoiler I found out today, but it's not really like a spoiler. I was reading an article and it said at the end of the last episode that it reveals like New Vegas in the distance. So supposedly season 2, they may be going to New Vegas. And have you heard about the controversy around the timeline people were talking about and if it's canon? People were saying they were trying to write out New Vegas, but they made it very clear that the bombing of Shady Sands happened like immediately after the conflicts that happened in New Vegas, or like the New Vegas timeline. So
how could they write it out? Because Mr. House and Big Mountain are in it for a little bit. The leader of Big Mountain is in it, and Mr. House is too. Which I only watched the first episode. I don't know if I'll even continue it. I was really just like, I don't know, man. It's like cool that they're doing it, but I'm not in the right headspace. It's just like, I'll keep watching because I like the references and stuff, but it's like, I don't know. I don't like the main characters already. I only like Walton Goggins. I can't stand Lucy. I just can't stand. Maybe I just hate women. I'm a misogynist.
Lucy, I didn't like her at first, but she gets out of her shell because you see her change. Like, you already see her character arc developing. Because, she goes from this innocent, very nice lady from coming in the vault. But then, once she starts like getting involved in like fighting for her life, she gets a little bit more scrappy. She's more likable and she's more badass.
I suspect she's gonna die of AIDS from that raider that she let fucking raw, right? She's gonna get raider AIDS from that. Some wasteland AIDS.
Oh yeah, maybe.
All version of AIDS. You ever think about that? She's probably slowly dying. By then she's gonna have scabs. She's gonna have syphilis. She's gonna be all retarded and shit.
I'm
getting STD check.
I need to go back and rewatch the first episode. Now I was confused by that. Did the raiders get into the vault through another vault? How did they not know those people in jumpsuits? You live in a vault with the same people. How do you not know that guy wasn't in the vault his whole life? Did he come from another vault that was connected? Is that what happened?
What I understood it as is they raided that second vault, but the vault next to it never goes to the other vault until they get marriage. That's the only reason why. I think they communicate with each other. I think the raiders just came in and killed all the other vault people, put on their vault suits, and were kind of tricked the other people into opening the door. That was
okay. This makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember they showed the shots of the other vault, and it was just barren, and there was lights were off and shit. That's because the raiders came in and killed everybody already. And then for some reason the raiders put on the vault suits. Which, why wouldn't you put on the brand new vault suits? You're wearing football pads and whatever, a bunch of nonsense. So that was pretty brutal when they came in there and started murdering all the guys. Pretty neat. Yeah, no, we'll see where that goes. I was just so excited to see the screenshot where it's that old guy, and it's this big mountain in front of him, like they're at the big conference or whatever. I'm like, yeah, they do Big Mountain in Fallout Vegas. That's cool. Dude, imagine they do the robots like Dr. Boris and Klein, the monitors, dude.
They're not going to space. They're not going to space.
They're not going to Big Mountain. What do you mean? Yeah, they'll go to space. Yeah, that would take it really far. But we know what ended in Fallout 4 is canon, Paul. We know that. Oh, also that Brotherhood of Steel ship is the Pridwin. That's the Pridwin from Fallout 4.
Because this takes place after Fallout 4.
Yeah, so it means the Brotherhood killed the Institute and the Railroad, and the Minutemen might be a canon in it, but for sure the Brotherhood of Steel from Fallout 4 is a canon ending, which makes sense. Why wouldn't it be the canon ending? I hate the Institute. I hate synths. I'm anti-synth for sure. So shout out to Brotherhood. They made them Christians. Don't really know why. What's that about? But
yeah, the Brotherhood kind of seems, I don't know. It needs more development, along with Maximus's character. For me, I'm starting to think doesn't Maximus hate the Brotherhood, but he's infiltrating them? I've
only seen the first episode.
I don't get it yet. I know. I'll let you watch more because I don't want to spoil anything for you. But I think he's either I don't know. He's in deep shit with the Brotherhood. I will say that. Like he's
Yeah.
not doing well if he is trying to actually like be with the Brotherhood, you know?
Yeah. It seems like he doesn't want to be a scribe. But anyway, yeah, it looks promising. I like the noises. I like all the like the this end game noises that they have. The music, I hope they play some. I mean, they did have Orange Colored Sky right off the bat, so they just keep that. I don't even want to hear like the tense like slow building music. I just want to hear the 50s, you know, like Bennett. They save all the Dean Martin and the Marty Robbins for season 2 when you do go to New Vegas, but keep cranking out the bangers. I want to hear some Johnny guitar at some
Yeah.
point.
Really, truly, all I care about in that show is Cooper Howard's timeline, aka the Ghoul.
Yeah,
Like his
and Cooper
past,
Howard.
what happened. I mean, I know in the first episode
I
you
knew
see
it. I knew he wasn't Hancock. Just because he looked like it did not make him Hancock. He's not.
I was just
Is he?
guessing.
He's not, right? Oh, okay. Well, you're retarded. I'm just kidding. And no, a lot of people I talked to
He's
were
a
like, "That's
bounty hunter.
Hancock." He's the nicest looking ghoul I've ever seen. The other ghouls are all fucked up. Their eyeballs are falling out. Like, he looks pretty good for a ghoul. He got pretty
They,
lucky.
they kind of explain that though.
The
Like,
ghoul medicine and shit.
yeah, like that because
I
that was
read about
never in
that.
that was I don't was that ever in the game? No. So like they had
No,
to
it
add they
wasn't.
added that wasn't canon, I don't think, but it does make sense. Like
Mhm.
they have to have that medicine in order to not go feral. You end up encountering a ghoul that's about to go feral, and it's like, and Cooper Howard knows him and knows that like
Oh, okay.
because
Yeah.
basically if you don't have caps or money as a ghoul, you will go feral because you need money to get that or some
Okay.
way to get that medicine to keep you alive.
Which
Which makes me
in
wonder,
the
this is what I still don't get the timeline. And I think I'm just missing bits and pieces is like, they make it
mhm.
seem like the vault opened up after 200 years, but Cooper Howard, has he been on the surface for 200 years? Can ghouls just live forever if they keep having the medicine?
Yeah.
How the fuck does that work?
Well, in Fallout and all the other Fallouts, ghouls live forever and they can heal themselves with radiation. That's just the thing.
Okay.
Ghouls never die unless you kill them. There was no medicine, and if the only reason they went feral is because they got too much radiation. But some got the right amount where they didn't go feral, but they looked all fucked up.
Yeah.
Um, Medicine's an I guess it makes more sense, I guess, they have medicine, but it's, like, kinda weird, I don't know. Who developed
Yeah.
the medicine? The master, maybe? Like, maybe they'll decide that. Is there super mutants? Is because that's happened. There should be some super mutants
That's
around,
what
you
I was
know?
like. I'm like, man, I haven't seen any Nightkin or super mutants yet. It'd be cool to see
Night that's a new
Nightkin.
Mojave thing. The
Yeah.
Nightkins are Mojave thing. Nightkins are scary as hell, but yeah, I like them better. Um, but yeah, no, it's I'm looking I guess I'll watch. I'll go peek. You know what I started watching again, Paul? Picked up Dexter again. I'm like, we'll watch a little Dexter. It's my comfort show now. I'm just about to finish the first season. And I can see why people don't like Dexter. I can really understand how it's hard to get into Dexter.
It's
It's
a good
filmed
show.
really weird. The music's weird. It's a good show after up to season 4, and then it turns to shit. Um, but yeah, I was somewhat struggling to get through the episodes because some of the episodes they'll use the same like guitar riff for like an emotional scene. Like there's an episode where Maria LaGuardia is like taking care of this young kid who like saw Dexter murder some people, and she's just
Yeah.
like being nice, and it's like bow now. And every time she like has an emotional moment, it's like down, now, 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 down. It plays the same riff, and it must play that same riff like 20 times in that episode, and it is infuriating. It's just the music in it is terrible. If you go and re-listen to it, it's not good. But yeah,
I've been
I
really
like Dexter.
struggling to finish Shogun, and it's not that I don't like the show. I love Shogun, but it's a show where I need to sit down and have no distractions because there's so many
Yeah.
subtitles. I just want to finish it, but again, I've been so busy. First week back at work, boxing at Jungle Boy like every single night.
Hmm.
So
Gets busy. Yeah, I
yeah,
never watched Shogun. I don't think I'll watch Shogun. I think I'll skip. I think I'll skip her. Paul, what do you think about this? What do you think about this California $20 fast food minimum wage increase?
that's
Think that's gonna
happening.
work out for anybody?
No.
Yeah, it's already happening right now. Yeah, it's a big problem. It's a big issue because they're already increasing prices as they would. So you're just gonna end up paying more for food, and I feel like that might spark more states into doing it because California implemented it about like a couple weeks ago, and it's already places are closing because most of these branches, they buy the spot from McDonald's or like the rights to sell it, and then it's up to them to make the money. So all of them have to increase to pay $20 for minimum wage for fast food workers, which is absurd, right? That's kinda crazy, $20. you know,
I
just
don't
because you work fast
I
food.
am the last person anybody should take finance or economical advice or anything, but the way I see it, man, is we've learned from this in the past. You raise minimum wage and then things get more expensive. That's just how it works because then the company needs to cut costs elsewhere, make things cheaper elsewhere if they can to pay the employees, and then that makes the meals ending up being more money so they can cover the cost of the employees. I get it. I think everybody should make a fair and livable wage. But I don't know, man. As I get older, I'm kind of getting to that cynical side where I'm like, nobody said McDonald's cook was supposed to be a lifetime career.
Yeah.
And I hate that because when I was younger, I was always like, well, why can't I have an apartment if I'm a cook at McDonald's and work full time? I think you should be able to, but man, it isn't a career. And the people that made it a career, great. I mean, those are people that maybe, if it worked out for them, maybe own their own like franchise of McDonald's. But it usually doesn't go that
Mhm.
way. You get stuck in the same spot or become like a McDonald's manager, which is probably a really shit job for pay that isn't worth it. Which is why I think McDonald's, and I'm sure other fast food companies do this, is a great place to work when you're in high school because they will literally pay for like tuition. Like they have
Yeah.
tuition programs that a
Mhm.
lot of other companies don't have.
A
Ace
lot do.
Hardware, I don't think has a fucking tuition program if you work there through high school, but McDonald's does. And I know I'm picking on McDonald's, but that's like the uh most locations of a fast food
Populated, yeah.
restaurant I know of,
Mhm.
most populated one. But I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I just think it's just going to continue the cycle of people are going to keep complaining because things are just going to get expensive again. And well, so you said California passed a law for this.
Yeah, it was passed like a month ago. Like they're already
So
implementing it.
have McDonald's or Burger King or any of these other corporations said we're not doing that, or we're just going to take our restaurants out of there because they can't afford it,
No.
or are they just going to oblige by it and
No.
do it?
Well, it's not up to McDonald's to pay him, it's up to the person that owns the rights to that McDonald's to pay them, right? Because it's not like it's coming straight from
I don't
McDonald's.
know.
It's like
Again, I don't know business stuff really or finance, but I think you can have two types of like a McDonald's, which is either like a franchise or a corporate owned one.
yeah. Oh, I guess the corporate, yeah, they probably take over, but they're not saying no because there's so much
Franchise is
money
usually
in it
privately
that
owned, I
I
think.
feel like that's like the cost is
Yeah,
like if they it's just like kind of with Uber and Lyft, like threatening to leave Minneapolis, because the
I think they already
increase they have
did.
to. No, they said they're gonna do it in like May. I thought they sent out like
Oh,
the
really?
thing and like where they said they're gonna leave in May, but they did it in other states and they ended up not backing out because they realized again the money's there. It's like if you leave, everyone's just gonna there's gonna be another service and everyone's just gonna go to that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, speaking of companies doing retarded things, Target is on. I mean, Target and Walmart are both doing some big retarded things. Paul, you hear about this self checkout?
Jesus,
Now,
man.
I am for one. Yeah, we're talking about self checkouts, Paul. I am for one in pro self checkouts. I think it's ridiculous that we're limited now at Target to 10 items or less in the self checkout, damn near overnight. Without increasing the amount of payroll that's going to go to check lanes until like a month later. And I have firsthand knowledge about this, ladies and gentlemen. So even at my place. So recently, within the last couple weeks, Target and Walmart have been taking out these self checkouts, especially in like California. They took them out completely. But now all the self checkouts at Target are 10 items or less. There's not one that is like more. Um, and Walmart is doing this thing where you have to have Walmart Plus just to use the self checkout. You have to pay a monthly subscription to check out faster. I for one am an anti this because I hate human interactions. I hate standing while the person scans and the person has to ask me how my day is going. I don't care. Bag up my shit. I don't want to stand here while you work. I hate that. Doesn't that make you feel awkward? Because you have a bunch of shit and it takes them like 10 minutes to bag it up
I'm
and you're
definitely
just like,
I'm definitely pro self checkout, but I think they have to, depending on the size of the place, they need to have at least 1 to 2 actual checkouts open with a person.
no, they need to have like 15 open with a person. Some of these bigger locations, Paul, like,
Yeah,
do
I
you think
said
Target
depending
up
on
in
the
Hermantown?
size,
Oh,
but
yeah,
like I'm cool
they
with
don't.
all self checkouts except for like 1 or 2 or however many you need, depending on the size of your business, be an actual manned checkout with a person. And really, it's just for like discounts and shit. But and then you have to have one or two people managing the self checkout
Mhm.
area, right? But like that's one thing I'm kind of bummed about. In the cities, they had just started putting self checkouts in all the Aldis, and it was so nice because then I didn't have to wait at
Yeah.
Aldis, especially going there on the weekends. And
Yep.
now here, even though it's less busier at the Aldis in Superior, I have to go through like an actual checkout with the person, which is fine, but it's like it'd be quicker if I just did it.
Exactly. It's always quicker if you just do it. And also, you can steal. You can steal all you want. What are they going to do about it? Paul, let me be real. Everybody steals. I don't steal, but everyone else steals. The theft, it's
I
because of
don't
the theft.
steal. That's wrong.
It's all okay, shut up. It's because of the theft. Paul steals all the time. He steals fucking hearts all the time, breaks hearts. He's a crazy man. He be stealing Pokemon cards. Did I ever tell you? Oh man, it's so funny. And the biggest problem, dude. Just real quick, Vito stole a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and got caught. And they told him to go put it back. And then one of the viewers found a security tape because he worked at that Target, and he sent it to him. And there's a video of Vito getting busted for stealing cards. But it's so funny. Anyway, so theft's gonna go down, but the 10 items or less, that's an issue. And well, here's the thing: what's happening at my Target? I know firsthand. First of all, they are pretty much they've said that doesn't matter what department you are 100% going to be working on the check lanes at some point, like every like a couple days, because we need to have staff because we're getting rid of self checkouts. So already then you're reaching an issue where other departments aren't getting done because we have to
Wait,
go
they're
up front
getting
and
rid of
take care of
self
that.
checkouts?
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of it completely. They're going 10 items or less right now, and then they're going to charge a subscription service, I believe, and then they're just going to get rid of them completely, so they can have only cashiers. It's like a thing that's happened. They're already doing it, Paul, and
Is there a
Walmart
reason why they did that?
for theft. I honestly think it's all because of theft. I don't remember quite the statistics, but like I think theft has been going up like 2% every year since they've had self checkouts. And
Yeah.
2%, you're like, that's not enough. That's like millions of dollars in the grand scheme of
Yeah.
Target and Walmart's
Yeah,
money.
and I
So
can see that happening, man. In the cities, they don't do it at this Walmart, of course. In the cities, they always have a person that checks your receipt when you leave Walmart, and just like when you leave a
yeah,
Costco or whatever. And really, what those people are looking for is they'll only really stop you, I found, is if you have stuff not in Walmart bags. So, say you have like a
yeah.
case of pop, or when we would refill our water jugs, or just some big item like a thing of toilet paper that you're not going to put in a bag.
Hmm.
They are just grabbing the receipt and looking to see that that item that's outside of a bag is on that receipt. They can't really do anything, as far as actually knowing if anything in that bag is stolen,
No,
unless the buzzer catches it.
there's a big meme going around where people, or I guess the trend where people just walk out, and you can do that. Like if you paid for your stuff, and obviously there's no like mandate. Like you can just walk out. Like, no, I don't want to show you to my receipts. It's not your business. And then it ends up creating a problem where they're like, stop. And you're like, no, I paid for this. Go fuck your mother. And I, for one, don't think they should be able to stop you. I mean, Sam's Club, they check you. They just scan that. They go, boo, they do that, the little scanner thingy. And one of these days, I'm just going to barrel through. And what are they going to do? I ain't going to do shit. But that seems like it creates more problems. I just end up flashing the receipt and I throw it on the ground in front of them. But yeah, no, I hate that you have to show them your receipts. Like I paid for this shit. But anyway, back to Target self checkout. They are increasing the payroll for our specific Target by like 165 million for hiring just for self checkouts. But that doesn't take an effect until like 2 months from now. So for the next like 2 months, we're gonna have shitty check lanes. I mean, there's calls up to check lanes like twice every hour. If you're having people go from their departments up front consistently, it's just gonna make a whole other departments not stocked and shit's not done. But I'm just really disappointed because I love self checkout. It's quick, easy, fast, and thankfully I'm an employee. So if I have 20 items, I'm gonna use the self checkout, and that old fucker ain't gonna say shit to me because I outrank him somehow. And a
Yeah.
little bit, I outrank that old cocksucker, so he
I'll
doesn't dare say anything.
I'll say this, that is very dumb, but also why did somebody have to go and ruin it for everybody else? Just like people just have to keep stealing shit.
Somebody,
Why can't people
everybody, a
just
certain
work?
group of people.
Shut the fuck up. What's wrong with you? A
You
certain
pick.
group,
You pick
yeah,
which
a
one
certain
ruined
group
it.
of people,
Which one?
thieves.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you ever think of thieves?
Yeah.
I didn't say any like colored people.
What's
Thieves.
wrong with you? It's
I said
thieves.
thieves. It's thieves. Well, that's what I was meaning. That was my whole point. Thieves.
You're a
I
fucking
hate
dick,
thieves.
dude.
I'm a liar and a piece of garbage. Isn't it crazy how life works? But yeah, that's yeah, companies, stop fucking the dog. Stop screwing us. Any other companies, Paul, you think of that
I
are
don't think
screwing
it's
us
the
over?
I don't blame the companies.
I blame the companies.
If they're getting
You
stolen
blame the
from that
thieves.
much that they found that self checkouts are like adding to the problem, which
Mhm.
doesn't surprise me, man. I
Mm.
I've never I've never even thought about stealing anything through a self checkout, but now that I think about it, you
Mhm.
know how easy that would be? There's just one item I don't scan and I just put it in the bag while I'm scanning another item, and then I
Mhm.
walk out, and then if
Yeah,
they
all
don't
the time.
check my receipt, and it doesn't buzz, I'm fine. But I would never
People do
do
it all
that, but I
the time.
can see how people are just abusing it.
Mhm. I legitimately never really do that. But back in the day when I was underage, I would, because I'm like, there's no consequences. Now I'm a 22-year-old. I feel like a half. I feel like a fucking loser if I'm like skip scanning my yogurt. Like, buy the yogurt, dog. If you can't afford
Yeah.
yogurt, you're a broke ass bum. But actually, at Sam's Club, about like a year ago, I went with my buddy Glenn, and I accidentally stole like three things. I literally just didn't scan them because they're at the bottom of the cart, and I
Yeah.
didn't even realize, like, at the bottom. Um, it was like probably like I would say, because it's all bulk, because it's like 45 bucks worth of shit. And I go out of there, and I'm already past the receipt guy, and Glenn goes, "Did you scan those?" And I check my receipt. I'm like, "No," and I just start running like to my car. I'm like, I just fucking hit a lick. But that's the only time I accidentally stole. And that time, all those batteries just fell into my pocket. I don't know what happened there,
There
but I just walked out, and there's batteries in my
I
pocket. It's
I will
weird.
admit this had happened to me one time. It was like 5 years ago. I was leaving Walmart in Duluth, and I had a case of pop on the bottom of the cart, and I went through a self-checkout. I forgot to scan the case of pop. There was no receipt grabber or anything, and I just
Yeah.
walked out, and then by the time I got home, I'm like, or by the time I loaded the soda in the car, I was like, "I never fucking paid for this. Do I go back in and pay for it?
Mhm.
That's awkward. I don't So I just like took the 12 pack of soda that I didn't pay for.
Like, go back.
And then I just felt bad. And then it happened literally like last year in the cities. I went through the self checkout. I had soda on the bottom. I forgot to check it. But then the lady that reads the receipts, like, "Oh, did you pay for the soda?" And I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I caught it before she even looked. I was looking at my cart and I'm like, "Oh, I forgot to pay for the soda. You're not going to find it on there. Let me go pay for it quick." She's like, "Oh, that's why we're here. It's okay. It happens." Some old lady. It was really nice. But that's literally, it was totally on accident because you forget the things on the bottom of the cart.
Yeah. That's what happened to me. I literally didn't even think about it because like everything above it was blocking it out. I had to like lean down. Yeah. Anyway, so I
Which
stole. I
is
hit a lick from
why
Sam's Club. No regrets.
Which is why, even for accidents like that, like I wasn't even trying to do that, a cashier is just a good idea. They're,
It is.
like,
Well, even at Target, they don't have receipt checkers, and they only have one person man in the self checkout, and they're never near the self checkout. They're like doing other shit. So it's like a receipt checker goes a long way. Plus, there's like the thing where like if like you see someone standing there, you're like way less likely to steal because there's someone literally there. Same with that's why they put your camera. It doesn't work for me because I'm like, what's that mean? What you can do with there? Yeah, no, I've had a lot of friends that shoplifted and got caught back in the day. Like I told the story before where this one shithead kid. This is like a week after I got my license. This like real shitty kid, ironically from California. I think California just breeds shitty people. But I'll just tell us quick. I told us before. He was like, "Yo, let me go to Walmart," and I was like, "He's like, you got a car?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I might take you to Walmart." I was already shady about this kid, and I go talk to my buddies, and I'm like, "Hey, this dude wants me to go to Walmart," and Glenn's like, "Nah, don't take him to Walmart because he's just gonna end up stealing alcohol and running away with it." And that's what he does. And then you're gonna be the getaway driver. And I'm like, "Oh, fuck this." So I told the kid, "No, I'm not gonna." Lo and
yeah.
behold, the next day, Paul, he goes that night, goes steal alcohol from Walmart, gets busted, gets arrested or whatever. You don't get arrested, but you get caught, get a charge. And I would have been I would have been fucked if I had I done that. So don't
Well,
steal.
good shout out from your buddy then to protect you from getting fucked over.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for real, for real. Well, I wasn't gonna bring him anyway. That kid was sus.
You just never know who to trust anymore.
No. Well, you can tell. You can tell. I got a good Jimmy radar, I like to think. You know what I mean? Oh, here's a good Jimmy radar. Right outside Target fucking a month ago. Right outside, we have a big break room, there's big glass windows. You could see right out to the self check drive through. There was a guy it was like probably like 30 degrees out. He was wearing like sweatpants, like really shitty ones, and like flip-flops with like no shoe, with like no socks. And he had like a bunch of plastic bags with him. And I was like, this guy's gonna create some issue. He was arrested like 2 hours later. I don't know what he did, but I know for a fact that guy got arrested because I was talking to the AP about it. So I saw that guy and I'm like, this guy's a Jimmy. I have a good Jimmy meter. I can read people really well. It's a skill.
For those listening, a Jimmy is a piece of shit. It's like,
Yeah.
just for like, oh, that guy's a piece of
They could
shit.
be
That lady.
black, white, a woman. It doesn't matter. They're a Jimmy. It's everybody. Everyone's,
Yeah, if
it's
you're a
just
piece
no
of shit, you're a
discrimination.
Jimmy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're a piece of shit, you're a Jimmy. I think our brother Joe talked about Jimmys before. We have a lot of Jimmy talk on here.
Yeah. Um, okay, I don't think I told you this. I got a cat yesterday.
No, you didn't.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Really? No, you did not tell me this. No, well, where's the cat? Are you fucking
Well,
with me?
she
If you
hasn't
don't
been to
show
the
me the cat, I
basement
don't
yet.
believe it's not real. It's not real. Just haven't been to
She
the basement. Why
she's
not?
she's a 2-year-old Bengal tabby, so she kind of looks like
Okay.
a tiger a little bit with her colors. Like she's
Hmm.
like, I think so. She's like a mix of tabby and has like Bengal spotting too. She's 2 years old. We got her from the shelter. She's very sweet. We haven't named her yet. Um,
Mm.
yeah,
Soda.
she no.
Name her Soda.
Destiny has hated every name I've said, and I haven't really liked every name she said. I've just been calling her Tiny because she's really tiny. Like she's for 2 years
Mhm.
old, she's like tiny, dude. And she doesn't meow as much as Dynamo, but she squeaks. It's really cute.
Big.
She's hanging out
Would
with
you
me all
press on
day.
her stomach really hard?
No,
He
I
squeaks.
don't know. It was going fine, but then when I was gone at boxing last night, something happened while I was gone. And from what I understand, my girlfriend had given Dexter a greenie, a treat.
Mhm.
And Dexter likes to pounce on his food sometimes, and that scared the
Yeah.
shit out of the cat. Like they were fine.
Yeah.
The cat was rubbing up against the dog, like doing the thing, like
Yeah.
rubbing the
Okay. They're
tail.
having a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that scared the fuck out of the cat. She like attacked Dexter, and Dexter and started barking and trying to bite back. And my
Yeah.
girlfriend had to separate him. And ever
Ooh.
since that, dude, last night was fucking horrible. All night, all I heard, we had a gate, is I just hear meow, meow, because she didn't like that Dexter is sitting out there. And she gets really
Mm.
poofy. Like when the dog's near, her tail goes from being a super
Yeah.
thin pencil to like a puffy like dinosaur tail because she's scared and
Mm.
nervous. And today they seem fine, but she's still like on edge whenever the dog comes around. It was no one's fault, but it's just like, well, great. What a great first day. Now I have
I
to like get her to warm up to the dog again. But
You
I was
do.
just telling,
It's very important.
I was like, we cannot be giving them treats in front of each other. Like, we're not going to do that shit. They're going to be
Mhm.
separated for a little bit. And for the most part today, they were fine roaming the house, but she's just kind of a fraidy cat now. And she wasn't like that right away. I was so pissed. I was like, she got right out of the carrier when we got her home. She was already adjusting well, wanting to explore the house. And then that happened. And now it's like we just undid everything. And now she's like kind of scared and a fraidy cat, but I think she'll be okay.
You can't have that. I mean, like, you gotta get her adjusted because you don't want the cat to run around or be in your house constantly afraid. That's just gonna make it so
Yeah.
sad, you
Yeah.
know? And I feel like I think it was gonna happen either way. She was gonna get scared at some point
Well,
with Dexter,
Dexter's
but
also a fucking asshole sometimes. Like
yeah,
Dexter, like now what he was doing last night, he was purposely like putting his face in her face. I'm like, and he's going
yeah,
like
dude,
showing the
I
teeth
mean,
on the side
him and
like an
Dynamo
asshole.
yeah, him and
He's like
Dynamo
a
would go at it
cartoon
too.
dog. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but this is different. It's like he's trying to corner, like she'll want to come
yeah.
through and he'll just block the way. But then he'll act like she's not there and he'll like look like at me.
What a dick.
He's
What
an
an
asshole, dude.
That's funny as
Because
shit.
he knows the
That's
cat wants to
really
go by,
funny.
and he'll just because he's jealous. That's what it is he's just jealous. But no, dude, the cat's so cute. She purrs, and she'll like, I'll be able to hold her like a little baby. She's so tiny, dude, like super light. So I've just been calling her Tiny. I think that's a good name, is Tiny. But Destiny
How about
hates it.
Velveeta? You think about Velveeta?
That's a good one.
It's a
She
good name.
wants to name her Charlotte, and I'm like, that's too many damn syllables.
Charlotte. That seems like that seems like there's a couple of syllables to me. But they don't respond. They don't
There's
respond to
two
certain names.
syllables.
Like, yeah, it's just 2 syllables. That's a lot of syllables. Charlotte's terrible. What is she? A fucking pig? I just think Charlotte's
I like Stella.
God, you guys just have terrible names. I gave you Soda and Velveeta.
Those
Like,
are
what more could you
It's a
need?
female
Soda.
cat. She's got to have a female.
And what?
name.
What's wrong with Soda? It's crisp. It's refreshing. It's a good name.
It's a unisex name.
It's a unit. Yeah, it's a unisex. You seem like nice people, so I'd give you a good advice here. How about 7? Just
The
7.
number.
Yeah, like 7. 7 Costanza.
What if you just named every cat in order the number of how many you had? So this is just number 2.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, you know I was making a Seinfeld reference, right? You know what I mean? Have you seen
No.
that episode? Oh, so George, he's like, they're trying to name their kid, and he's like, you seem like nice people. Let me do you a favor. How about you name him Soda? You want me to name my kid Soda? And he's like, it's crisp, it's refreshing. Like that's what and then he wants to name his kid 7. 7 Costanza. No kid of mine's gonna be called 7 Costanza. This shit's funny as fuck.
7-5
No,
would be cool.
7-5. Gee, is a cool fucking name. Don't take that. No,
That's
you
a
can't name your
sick
kid
name.
7. Their name sets them up for life. But if you have some good name
Yeah,
suggestions,
but
throw
Jackson,
that in the comments.
backwards, it's 5-7, like the 5-7 pistol.
Oh, okay. That's pretty neat.
5-7. That's kind of 7-5 is pretty
5-7.
cool.
That is cool. You could name I think that's a middle name thing, 7 Fi, and then you can have a first name, and then they can
Yeah.
go by 7 Fi if they want to. But yeah,
Anyways,
terrible.
we
Don't do
should
that.
probably wrap up the show. Do you have anything for any folks? Any topics you want to wrap up quick or?
No, I'm good, honestly. Unless you have any more topics, I know you got to get going, but I want to make sure everyone reminds them to go check out the Grailed because I got some cool
Check out
pieces
Jackson's
going on there
Grill.
this
Great
weekend.
deals.
It's gonna be sick. Great. I give you a good price. So yeah, so that's gonna be cool. Look at this. Look at this. FTP, the first skate video ever on DVD. Look at that. For you, $15. That's a steal. This is
It's not
awesome.
a skate
This is
video.
sick. It's a skate. Uh, yeah, it's like pretty ironic there, you know. Yeah, I love the back of that. Look
Yeah.
at this embroidered Suicide Boys face mask. I give you a deal. That's
It's
sick.
pretty sick.
Anyway, that's all I got, Paul. I'll let you
All
wrap
right.
it up. Hey, sure, like, subscribe, comment, get on Gutterball.
Ladies and
DM
gentlemen,
us.
thank you so much for listening. We are going to try to hop on the guest train again. I know those who watch probably notice a pattern where we'll have a few guests in a row and then we drop off and we have a few single shows. We're trying to make it more consistent. It's been kind of tough lately, especially with everything going on in our lives lately as far as moving, getting adjusted, stuff like that. So we appreciate
Depression.
everyone's patience, and we do appreciate everybody that does continue to watch or listen every single week. Thank you so much, and that was Gutterball 96. Have a great weekend. Whoa!